or not speeder ship, but his spaceship. That's the Naboo fighter, and I need the Moff Gideon big one. That's like $400. Like it's like over 1,000 pieces and gonna take for fucking ever. I'm a little afraid of that one, but if I get that one done, then I might feel better about like trying to get a Millennium Falcon or something.
Nice, that'd be pretty cool to have a Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that one's like the granddaddy though. It's like I'm not even thinking Death Star. I don't want that in my life. I don't need that in my life.
Because I mean, you and I are not winning it in fantasy football.
Oh my God! Not winning is I guess that's the definition of my team. Since I am winless so far, I am unsuccessful, unvictorious in my fantasy season, and it's terrible. I feel awful.
Are you Liz's only win?
Yes.
That sucks.
Yeah, dude. My wife played fantasy football for the first time. Her first team, first game, and kicked my ass heartily, and then proceeded to lose every other game since then.
Nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Hello, citizens. I'm Burt Ward, Robin from the TV series Batman, and you're listening and watching the Three Geeks podcast, and it is fantastic. Wowie zowie.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Three Geeks podcast. It is Max, Justin, Mike, and myself. We are here to talk to you about what we're going to do for Halloween this season, maybe what movies we're going to watch. But I want to just jumpstart this because I'm eager to talk about it. My dog woke me up this morning at 6:45, taking a massive shit in the kitchen. Like, we're talking Problem Child 2 size shit.
Is it Problem Child 2 or is it Jurassic Park? The first Jurassic Park.
The Triceratops.
Either one.
One big pile of shit.
So I was like, I'm up. I might as well watch Halloween Ends, and I want to talk about it now with Mike. Halloween Ends. Go into the movie. One, the movie's fine. Like if it was advertised as what it is, I think a lot more people would be happy with it.
You've adopted my perfectly fine stance.
I saw it too, and I thought it sucked. But keep going.
Well, as a trilogy ender, it sucks. But as a standalone movie, I think going back and revisiting it, I will like it more. But this movie is a remake of Christine, like in every sense of the word, except for instead of a car, there's Michael Myers. It's about a kid whose last name is Cunningham, just like in Christine, who's kind of nerdy, who slowly goes insane. So it is Christine. It is John Carpenter's Christine. The movie was fine. If I had known that I was going to be watching like a Halloween 3-esque remake of Christine, then I'd be a lot more excited and happy. But this movie promised us a trilogy ender to the last two movies we got, and this movie has nothing to do with what came in the last two films, like at all, like almost to the same level as Last Jedi did to Force Awakens, but only worse because we're not even playing with the same characters that we. I mean, some of them are there and they influence the plot of the story, but it's fine. Mike, what do you think?
I agree with you that as a trilogy ender, it's pretty much of a whimper, especially since the previous movie, which I didn't even like Halloween Kills that much, but I at least admire it for being crazy. Like it escalated things to a point where I'm just like, this is going to be hard to top in terms of the sheer Halloween horror spectacle of it. But the thing is with this trilogy is there is a connective theme throughout all these newer films, which is like trauma. The first 2018 one was about like Laurie's trauma, the individual trauma that she's kind of held for all these years, if you discount all the sequels, aside from the first movie. And it's about her dealing with that. Then the second one's about the communal trauma, how Michael Myers' presence and the horrible things he's done has impacted the community. And then this one's very much about generational trauma. It's like, how do, the next generation deal with all the crap that's come before and all the stuff that's been placed on them unfairly, because Haddonfield just sucks. I mean, it's a shitty town. Everyone should just leave. But this one was it wasn't a satisfying kind of conclusion to whatever they were trying to do. And that's the thing, is even though this is a trilogy of movies, it feels as though like they're completely sort of disconnected from installment to installment, other than like what you said, that characters for the most part follow through. But at that point, like, I completely forgot that Allison had that there was a dad involved. I knew Judy Greer got killed because Judy Greer's awesome, but I completely forgot about her dad in the first movie. And oh yeah, that's right, her dad's dead too. And like, so I was, not even factoring in the previous installments with this one. And yeah, it just kind of whimpers at the end. I'm like, oh, that's it, huh? Okay. Which sucks, because there are some ideas here that are good, I think, and have potential, but they get saddled with a Michael Myers inclusion. Like, the Corey story arc could have been really interesting as its own thing, but then all of a sudden he meets a Ninja Turtle in the sewers, and it's just like, I guess I'll be Michael Myers' protege. Cool. Sorry, spoilers, yeah. But
I agree with everything you said. Like, this movie feels like that kills should have been like 15 minutes longer, and they took that 15 minutes and tacked it to the end of Halloween Ends, and then that's where you get the conclusion of the last two movies, is in the last 15 minutes. And it's just like Mike said, I liked Halloween Kills. I liked what it said about society as gang mentality, everybody coming together and getting enraged about something that maybe they don't fully understand, and they end up killing an innocent because of it. And this one, it just as a Christine remake, it's fantastic. Like Mike said, like, it's great. And then I just feel like the last 15 minutes, they shoehorned in the Laurie Michael Myers ending that we were all expecting this movie to be. And it wasn't. And I think on, revisits, people will enjoy it more, kind of like they did with Halloween 3, knowing what they're getting in for. Like, going into this movie knowing that this isn't about Michael, this is about this kid named Corey who's going through some stuff. And the movie starts with Corey accidentally killing the kid he babysits.
And this is a deeper theme too throughout these movies, which is that, like, Haddonfield parents suck too, because they raise their kids to be assholes. Like, I'm sorry, I know, I'm just like, yeah, it's tragic that that's the way that kid went out, but also it's just like, you're a dumb shit kid for doing that.
That kid was a dick. That kid was 100% a dick. He deserved everything he had coming to him.
Oh my god,
he didn't deserve to get kicked off a balcony.
But the fact also that, like, hey guys, remember when we were in marching band and we cruise around town harassing 20-year-olds for drinking money?
Right. Yeah.
The marching band geeks are the villain, are a series of antagonists in this. That I found that hilarious.
That is, like, you don't see that coming. That's new. Like,
I could kind of place a couple of points where I'm like, Danny McBride wrote this part.
Yeah.
I've had it with the jocks being the villains. Let's make the band geeks the antagonists for Corey. And also, there's a line Jamie Lee Curtis has early on when she's like, you need to meet someone who just makes you want to go out into the middle of a field, show your tits and say, fuck you. I'm like, that sounds like a Danny McBride line there. That's
1,000%.
That's a Mother Nature pissed her pantsuit type of line. That's my favorite McBride line.
It's
all
very
right,
good.
Justin. Well, we're both pretty met on it. What did you think of the movie?
I was bummed out about it. I mean, it's a Halloween movie without Mike Myers, so go into that expecting that. And I felt like the relationship between Allison and Corey was very unearned. Like, in a weekend, you're going to go drive off into the sunset with this dude? Like, it feels like...
Hey, man, true love.
I guess, but at the same time, like, I don't know, that whole relationship... Like, Corey was the most interesting part of that whole movie, but, like, for a moment, I didn't believe that Allison was going to, like, drive off and be like, okay, this is love. We're in here now. It's like...
I think just from experience, how being around people in general, like, trauma seems to want to connect with trauma, and I felt like they connected more deeply and faster because they shared a common like trauma theme.
Mhm.
So that's where I kind of bought it. I agree with you. It was way too quick to.
Yeah, I mean, have it like if we already time jump 4 years, time jump 6 months. Have them date for a while.
Well,
Not
no,
like
they did a
2
whole
days.
thing where it's like the prologue before we even get the opening credits is already a year after the events
Mhm.
of Halloween Kills, and then immediately after the opening credits, now we're 3 years later, and you know, again, it's this whole idea of this is an interesting story on its own when it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that it's Haddonfield and Michael Myers.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, no, I agree. They should have Halloween 3'd it and just made a different story and just left the Halloween stuff out.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, people were complaining about Michael Myers being weaker at the end of this movie, which Michael Myers is in the movie. He's in it for about 10 minutes. But did you see what the town fucking did to him in Halloween Kills? Like, it makes sense that he's not like 100% ready to go and murder a bunch of people.
But if we're
He's
saying that
Michael.
he is some like greater than life human thing, like it doesn't make any sense. The dude's getting overpowered in the sewers. Like one v one Michael, even in a weak state, should not be a thing.
Well, he's still human, is the point. Like, he is still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
not
he
really,
shouldn't
though.
be. He got lit on
Not-
fire. He
not
got
really,
shot.
though.
He got
Yeah,
they've
there's like,
established that there's there. I mean, they never outright say it, but there is some supernatural thing at play. Like in this movie, when he do a mind meld or something? Well,
Yeah, he grabbed Corey, looked in his eyes, saw how evil he could be, and then
and I'm sure that could just be like stylistically in the movie they're representing like Michael is just that intuitive when it comes to game recognizes game type of thing.
yeah.
oh, you're also crazy.
Game
Yeah.
recognized game, granddad. You
But
look
what happened-
pretty
what happened-
unfamiliar.
I thought we were gonna get some Blackthorn stuff going as soon as that happened. I'm like,
Yeah,
is this
yeah.
is this going the cult route now?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I'm glad it didn't go that route, but
Which town would you like to, or which horror town would you prefer to live in? Like Nightmare on
That's
Elm
a good
Street
top
town?
5.
Or Stranger Things town, or the Michael Myers Halloween town? Like which
I think Stranger Things town, just because it's normal when it's not crazy.
I'd say I don't want to live in Crystal Lake.
Well, that's a
well,
camp.
that's a camp. That's
Well, I mean, the town that Crystal Lake is in.
Yeah, I guess. Just stay away from the lake.
yeah. It's like,
no one goes down that road.
Don't go down that way. And listen to your gas station attendants who are creeps.
I'm definitely not living in Stranger Things town.
No.
Just because, like, like when it's normal, but like when the shit pops off, like it really pops off.
Fair.
I think I would live in Nightmare on Elm Street town because, like,
Honestly,
if you're an adult, it's not that bad at all.
Yeah.
Like,
So okay, what top period of your life, I guess, is you're in. Then.
I'm not one of the kids who ratted out Freddy. I'm okay.
so yeah, I would live in Nightmare on Elm Street town.
Yeah.
No, Street Town.
As a trilogy ender, this movie gets like a 1 out of 5 for me because it does not wrap up this quadrilogy or trilogy, whatever they're calling it. But as a horror movie, I would give it a 3 out of 5. Like, going into it knowing what it is, I think you will find enjoyment in it. And the Corey storyline is fascinating. I wish that they had introduced him maybe in Kills so that there was a little bit of kind of like familiarity between the two characters, and I would have bought into their relationship a lot more. But yeah, overall, it's a 3 out of 5 as a standalone movie, but a 1 out of 5 as a trilogy ender because it's 10 minutes. Like, if you want to just see the trilogy ender, just fast forward until the last literally 15 minutes of the movie, and there you go. There's your end to Halloween Kills. And Halloween.
Also, isn't it kind of
Halloween
BS
shorts.
how he died? Like, I mean, like, I don't want to ruin it too much, but like how he goes out is rough. It's not very satisfying. The ending is him getting whatever. I'm not gonna ruin it.
Well, and also I think that's just us being desensitized to slasher killers
Yeah.
getting bungled up a lot. Like, how many times you see Ghostface just face plant? Like,
Yeah,
pretty much
100%.
desensitizes you when Michael Myers goes through it. So
That's
it's
fair.
like,
That's fair.
I do got to say, I do agree on some level of the Michael Myers not being super strong in this because they did the impossible. They made Michael Myers scary again in 2018, which nobody thought could happen. And then it carried into Kills a little bit. But Michael Myers is not scary in this movie, like at all. He's not menacing. He's an old man. Like he is the old man he is.
He's disinterested in being involved in anything for the most part until dude takes his mask and then he's like, oh fuck, I gotta go out.
Yeah, I gotta go kill you now.
I was letting you live. I was letting you kill.
Yeah.
Wearing your stupid.
I was teaching you the tricks.
I chuckled a little bit at that when he's just like, "You owe me something, man." And I'm like, he's just gonna beat up Michael Myers and take his mask. Yep, that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I give this a 2.5 out of 5. It's a half star lower than Halloween Kills, and like I said, I didn't even like Halloween Kills all that much, but I got to give it props for at least ramping things up and give it Nothing shocked me in this, and also nothing wowed me in this. Maybe the DJ with his tongue on the turntable, but that's about it.
That was funny. I laughed quite a bit at that.
There was no ridiculous like girl in nurse's costume shoots herself by running into a car door. Like there was nothing stupid like that. And I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of like, just give me stupid.
I kind of liked the idea of like watching the town kind of understand there's a serial killer still on the loose. Like, that was interesting to me for the first 10 minutes of that movie. Like watching people hang themselves or be just outright scared of being around. You know what I mean? And
again, that was dovetailing off of like what Jason was saying. Like that could have just been a add-on for Kills.
100%.
Because that's what that movie was all about. Was like the town has been messed up by this whole incident, and then yeah.
Yeah, the Halloween 2018 is definitely the best out of this trilogy. By freaking.
Oh, the first one. Oh, it's the by far by
it's a 4.5
by
out
a
of 5
country
for
mile.
me, the first one, and then they just slowly go down from there.
Yeah,
I gotta give all of them 2 out of 5 for
Solid.
being horror movies, and that I'm not gonna watch. So
the max horror rating scale 0 out of 2.
It's funny, when I left Smile, I texted Max's wife and said, "Don't take Max to see this. Like he does not deserve to sit through this film."
I mean, I kind of want, like, there's a bit of me that's like, okay, no one thinks I'm gonna watch it. Maybe I should go watch it.
Don't.
But on the other hand, I'm like, I don't want to have nightmares for the rest of the week. Like that's not my game. That's not my game.
What do you rate it, Justin?
I think it's a 2. Like I don't even want to do the 0.5. It was fine. And maybe Jason, you're right. Maybe in a year or two I'll watch it for what it is and I'll enjoy it better. But right now I was very unimpressed.
Yeah. Maybe it is in the contract for the last film to be bad in order for the fans to want a better Halloween film for the future.
It's
now I feel bad for the Exorcist trilogy with David Gordon Green. Listen, I think David Gordon Green is a fine director, and I'm curious to see is the same writing staff attached to Exorcist, Danny McBride and stuff, because that's where my concern would come in. But
that was my issue with this, is that the filmmaking and the way things were set up were fine. The writing, I felt like, was where it was really losing me. So yeah, because it's very on the nose. Like it's not subtle about what it's trying to talk about, which is fine. But then also that can't just be what the characters always talk about. Like Laurie never just has, aside from meeting Will Patton, but Will Patton's awesome. Aside from meeting him in the supermarket, Laurie never really has any genuine moments just to be her outside of trauma Laurie. So
yeah, the first movie's about Laurie, the second one's about her daughter, and the third one's about her granddaughter is the best way to put it. And I said it earlier, man. Yeah, this film has an identity crisis. It feels like it is part Christine and part Halloween.
Yep.
1000%. And I think the Christine remake is coming out next year, but we just watched it. Like, just take the Michael Myers parts out of this movie, replace them with a car, and you've got like a perfect Christine reboot.
There were a lot of cars in this too, and some car-related kills.
Dude, when he got the motorcycle, I about lost it. I'm like, holy shit, is this Christine just with the motorcycle?
And again, those goddamn band kids, like,
he did with dicks. Like,
I was like, I don't even. Do band kids these days talk like that, man? Like one of them was actually in their uniform in the first scene, like shoving Corey into the dumpster.
Come on, you know, when we were in band, we used to like drive around and like baseball bat mailboxes and try
The
to get
football
people to
team's
buy us
busy
booze.
practicing.
Yeah, no, like the band is out there running rampant. We had like multiple run-ins with the police. Like you were there. Act like you can try to act innocent.
It made me chuckle too that there's 4 of them, but one of them clearly isn't cool with the other 3 being assholes, and they're like, she's always like, why are you guys being such a dick? I'm like, why are you hanging out with these people?
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like you're on board for any of this.
Small town,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
Small
like
town.
leave.
Oh,
It's
It's a
fine.
small town, I guess.
Who else are you gonna hang out with? Like
The only person I
you
felt
play the flute, you get stuck with Doug, Trevor, and Chad. Okay, like that's just how it goes.
the only person I really felt bad for was the, I guess, stepdad. The
Oh my
husband.
god, I felt awful for.
Oh yeah,
dad.
that was
And it was an accident. Like he died on an accident. Like he was the nicest guy in the whole movie. So he writes, no John Carpenter cameo. These are his sins. No Lindsay character arc, cutaway kills, and the best ending should have been Allison shooting Corey and mysteriously disappears like the 78 ending while Laurie killed Michael with Lindsay.
There was that part at the very end where you have like the ambient shots of the house, and I think you hear like the deep breathing, kind of like what they did in the first movie. So I'm like, okay, I get it. Even though he's been turned into hamburger, like by that point, sure.
Let me send you the over 200 films to watch for Halloween 2022 on another video. Yes,
Yeah, we got time.
sounds good, man. It sounds good. Or lady. It sounds great.
Person.
Hey there,
Yes.
person.
Speaking of Judy
I see
Greer,
you,
Mike,
human.
have you watched Reboot with Judy Greer on Hulu?
I'm sorry, what?
There's a show on Hulu called Reboot with
No,
Judy
I
Greer.
thought you meant. Every time we talk, I know which show you're talking about, but I thought you meant like Reboot the
The
animated
cartoon.
series.
Yes, I love that show.
There's a reboot of Reboot with Judy Greer. Awesome.
She's great
No,
in that. I just
I
wanted to
haven't
shout her
seen
out for that.
Oh my god! If they did Reboot over again,
I
so
was
down.
I was disappointed that there was no Judy Greer in this. Like, part of me was pulling for like, oh, maybe she's like in a coma or something. Maybe she's been in a coma for. I'm like, nope, no. So
No, they didn't cop it out.
She probably read the script and was like, nope.
immediately inferior because of no Judy Greer. Because Judy Greer's awesome.
Well, Jamie Lee Curtis got the Halloween ending she always wanted. There's no way Michael Myers can come back from this.
Didn't he come back? Jason came back from hell. Mike Myers can come back from hell. It'll be fine.
Well, I mean, you'd have to establish that hell existed.
Well,
Like-
so far, he might have been superhuman, and there might have been some demonic play, but they've always on the heightened reality play in these movies. So far, there hasn't been any like official supernatural stuff, except for Halloween 4, 5, and 6, which is not canon anymore.
They've retconned those, yeah, but comparatively, yeah, he is one of the more down to earth slashers. If you put him up against the Jason Voorhees or something, or even, I guess even Leatherface to some degree. Oh no, I'd say Leatherface is more down to earth than Michael Myers.
Like Leatherface is like killable.
Yeah, he's just a dude that likes to eat other dudes.
Yeah, Leatherface and Ghostface are pretty human-y, but
Ghostface is just a series of dudes.
Yeah, but like you're saying, like how many times does Ghostface get caught on his freaking outfit and face plant? I like that, as a like, okay, this is definitely a person because like that shit would happen to you if you're wearing these loose flowing fucking robes and trying to run around.
I've watched Scream 1 and Scream 2 all the way through, and I thought they were good for what they were. I've never watched any of the other Scream movies aside from like reels of Ghostface just failing. Because it's adorable. It's adorable to watch Ghostface just fall through a wall or something like that. It's just like
shit.
we are going to talk about some franchises we want to watch. A lot of people were saying this movie was worse than Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie one, and Resurrection, the one with Busta Rhymes. It is not worse than either one of those. I will die on a grave. Or I die on a hill saying that.
This is the hill you're dying on? It's better than H2O.
He's waiting for the Terror Train remake on Tubi. Tubi just released the awesome Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial movie that
my God.
run out and see.
Did you watch that?
No, I have no interest. I didn't even watch the trailer. I didn't even play the trailer on here because we're still watching it. Like, it's still happening. Like, it's not. He's waiting for Ghostbusters Spirit Unleashed, me as well, The Chant, and The Devil in Me. I can't wait to see 2 of those. The third one I haven't heard of, The Chant. So,
What's Spirits Unleashed? That's
Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed.
it's Ghostbusters 5.
Oh, well,
It's
like that's
coming.
official. Like the sequel's coming. Okay.
Yeah. Halloween 5 and Resurrection are the worst. Halloween 5 is fine. For what it was. Goofy.
Which
goofy
one's the
ass
one
movie.
that there's a producer's? That's 6, right? That was butchered in like editing and stuff.
Yeah, the one with Paul Rudd.
With Paul Rudd.
There's
yeah.
like 2 different versions of that movie. Young Paul Rudd too. It's his first movie, I believe.
Whatever. Paul Rudd is the same.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd has not changed since he was in fucking. Not Legally Blonde.
Clueless.
Yes, he looks exactly the same.
Yep. He was in Romeo and Julia with DiCaprio as Paris or whatever his name is.
I
Yeah.
didn't know he was in. I haven't seen that since high
yeah.
school.
Man, we could just talk all day about how Paul Rudd is an actual supernatural being because he just never.
I think he's just a bunch of clones.
Yeah, seriously, the Men in Black.
Halloween Returns with Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is the undying.
Nice. So, yeah, let's talk about stuff. How's
All
everybody doing? Anybody see
Good.
anything cool?
Did you finish Andor? I was pleasantly surprised with Andor. Like I tried. I got at first I couldn't care. You know, I was like, all right, but I it's Star Wars. I gotta watch it, and like I feel like it's like the Mission Impossible 1 of Star Wars. Like it's when the action hits, it's really good, but like it's a lot of like talking and rooms and people like secret meetings and stuff like that. It's not like it's intriguing, but it's not action, And I don't know. I dug it. I like that they didn't end with Cassian Andor, hero of the Republic, or hero of the rebellion. I dug. There was a couple just like key beats where I was like, this is like a solid show. And I mean, like Rogue One being one of my favorite Star Wars movies, this goes along with that very well. So I don't know.
Everyone needs to go out and see this show if Max is recommending a Star Wars TV.
I told Max at lunch yesterday. I'm like, the second Mike said that he liked episode 1 quite a bit, I was like, I knew it was going to be the greatest thing that ever put the film.
That's where it's kind of flipped now because I haven't had a chance to pick up with Andor since I saw the first 3 episodes, just because I don't know. I felt like I'm good with those first 3 episodes. I don't really care. I did like in an interview, what's his name, Gilroy said like, it's like, what's it like making like a prequel where the character is gonna die? And he's like, well, technically we're all living a prequel because we're all gonna die at some point. It's like, thanks, thanks, dude.
I mean, it's facts.
It's facts, but no,
I don't know my ending though.
I need to catch up with the last couple of episodes. It's all done then, right? It was just 6 episodes. Okay, I need to catch up with the last 3 episodes, and I still need to catch up on Rings. Like they're still on the ship for me. I haven't.
I haven't even started it yet, so you're fine. Don't feel
I'm
bad.
on the last episode. I really enjoyed it. I realize people don't like it, but I liked it.
Mm-hmm. I'm fine. It's just though I don't know why Lord of the Ring. The fact that it is like an hour and some change long episodes to commit to, and I don't know, it doesn't draw me in as much as House of the Dragon draws me in.
Oh, for sure, it definitely House of the Dragon draws you in much easier.
I mean,
hold on, Max. I just googled it. Andor has 12 episodes this season.
wait, what?
So you're only halfway in, Max.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
now
a
Max
shame.
is like, oh god, no, it sucks. Now.
Yeah, not that it sucks, but like they should have just called it right there. Like
I do know. I watched it. I think they're going to time jump. I think every 6 episodes they're time jumping because it's supposed to end.
What narratively has this happened? Like, House of the Dragon kicked off or whatever? Someone just all of a sudden decided, like, hey, let's just time jump.
I can buy it more in House of the Dragon just because at least stuff is clipping along at a decent enough pace, and they don't leave you lurking in like a nebulous area where it's like, what happened 6 years ago? It's like, no,
Well,
they tell you what happened 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Diego Luna has said that he is done playing this character as soon as the series is over. They're doing 2 seasons, and that's it. And he said he will not come back for any prequel stuff because they're telling the 4 years leading up to Rogue One, and that's it. That's all he wants to do. He's fine. He's good.
I got all these Star Wars actors being like, no, I'm not coming back for any more of this. Him, Boyega, Ridley, like they're all like, I'm out.
I was
Well,
telling
I mean,
Max,
it sucks. It sucks for Boyega. Like I feel like Boyega got screwed the most.
He got such a raw deal. I totally agree.
And
He got
because, like,
such a raw deal.
I hate his character. Not like Jar Jar Binks level hate, but like I just don't like the character fit
It's
at all.
wasted potential.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my problem.
Yeah.
And he had so much potential, and they just pooped all over it. They just
Yeah.
said, we're going to throw this away.
Oh, you know what? You're just goofy fucking guy. Like, have fun with that. Yeah. And they shit on that dude, and it sucks. And there's a lot of potential. Like, I saw fucking storyboards for the who's the second director? The second movie.
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson's third movie. The third postquel. That movie would have been like just from the storyboards would have been so much better than the movie that we got, and I'm just like, it's just all the wasted potential.
But
Like,
Max,
It's,
Lando came back.
It was
he sure did.
what's the
He
director?
sure did.
Colin Trevorrow was going to be the director of third, not Ryan Johnson.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, no, I saw storyboards for the third movie that didn't happen, and I was like, why didn't this happen? Like, it was like the ghost of Luke Skywalker training Rey. It was a lot of like really cool shit,
But Max, the Wookiee got the medal.
That's true. I mean, you can't fault them for finally correcting the fucking 30-year-old mistake of not giving Chewbacca a medal. Also,
But Max, Samuel L. Jackson's voice was heard for 5 seconds.
I want to talk about the.
Look, if he's not saying I'm tired of these mother-loving snakes on this Monday to Friday plane, like I don't care. Like
I want that to be for Sith. Motherfucker.
Yeah, no, the stuff I've seen from Colin Trevorrow, even though I don't like his Jurassic World movies, the stuff
his
that he
Jurassic
had,
World movies are garbage.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, except for half of the third one. I like the third one's the older cast stuff. I don't like the newer cast stuff in the third one, but he wrapped up the trilogy. Like he actually connected the JJ and the Ryan Johnson movie pretty well in what I've seen in his trilogy. And it's just shame on them for not following Marvel. Marvel put shit out like regardless of how the previous movie did. The second movie's still coming. Like it's a shame we didn't get to see how the trilogy was supposed to end.
But Jason, Kerry Russell was in there wearing a mask the whole time.
I love her in The American.
Who was Kerry Russell?
A friend of the guy that helped them.
Yeah, the character that was there to prove that Poe Dameron isn't gay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, I
Yeah.
definitely didn't read that out of that scene.
Oh yeah, she's in there solely to be a case of the not gays because come on, Poe and Finn are clearly like
In love.
and it's
That would have been more interesting.
that would have been way more interesting.
I mean, again, and like this is where they screw Finn over. Like you could have given him something, you could have given him anything, but no.
The only thing I felt towards Rise of Skywalker was when Chewie finds out Leia's dead because I'm just like this poor dog. Everyone's gone. It sucks to be Chewie right now.
Yep. I mean, yeah. So that's like Chewbacca is. What if dogs had longer lifespans? You know, like what if dogs lived like turtles or tortoises? I mean, like, it would just be sad because they're everyone's best friends and all their best friends die. But
So what we're saying is, watch Andor. The next 6 episodes.
What a roundabout way, but yes,
the
Mike,
first 6 episodes as a mini series or whatever, I think is solid. Because now we're gonna get into the here he becomes a true believer. He starts working with the thing and fucking hero of the rebellion and yada yada yada.
For 6 episodes, Disney, and then you just had to.
Well, to be fair, Max, you thought the first 6 episodes were going to be that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was pleasantly surprised. Like they got me with these 6. I'll take that. I will happily just take that. Like if I'm right about the rest of the season, then like that is just what it is. But like I was surprised at these 6 episodes. So the, good job, guys. You got you did it. You did something. Like congratulations.
That does make me happy in the sense that if they're doing the time jumps, the rumored time jumps between every 6 episodes, it makes me happy that at least those first 6 episodes are contained, and hopefully the next ones will be contained, and so on and so forth. But we'll see. Celeste Casteller writes, I like Quantum Leap continuation series. It's fantastic. I also agree. And anybody that's bitching about the original star not being there, like he is the whole plot of this new series is where's Sam? Like where's Sam at? How do we find him? Where do we go? And I'm digging the series. I like how they've created a mystery out of the original Quantum Leap series, and I'm in as well. I think it's great. It's more of the same. I don't know how anybody's complaining because it's the exact same show, just with an Asian lead. Like it's the same. It's the same.
Obviously,
Didn't even
that's
know
what
there
they're
was
complaining
Quantum Leap
about.
continuation.
Well, I personally, as an American, am offended that they would get an Asian person to play Scott Bakula. Like that is bullshit. How dare you replace this obviously white character with any other Asian or any other race?
Any other Asian?
Any other Asian?
Any other Asian? Yeah, no, it's a tragedy. It's a travesty, and like that's probably why John Orlando isn't on the show today.
That's called slander.
He is not the same character as Scott Bakula. I just want to clear that up. But he writes, I'm curious about the new Final Destination film.
Not me.
Me too, because I like Final Destination 1, 2, 3, and 5. I don't like 4. I don't know why I don't like 4. It just 4 never struck a chord.
Is there a big difference?
No.
Okay.
No,
I don't know. I did a whole thing with the Scene Stops about it, and we all feel like 4 is missing something, but none of us can figure it out because it feels like the same. But none of us like 4. But I'm currently going through the movies with my daughter. We're actually going to watch Final Destination 3 after this, and it's so much fun. It's so fun, the kills and
Final Destination is like Fast and Furious to me. Like they're just going to keep
it
on
is. I would say that's the Fast and the Furious of horror movies. I think that. It's fun.
They're going to keep on
fast
making
food
them.
horror. Yeah.
It's going to always be the same shit. But like the first one, I enjoyed. It's what it's fine for whatever it is. But like. Good God! Like, what are we on now? 7? Like
7 what?
Is it Final Fantasy 7? Is that the one they're making? 5, 6.
Fantasy?
Oh, the Final Destination. Goodness sake! Yeah, Freudian.
Final Destination in the Final Fantasy world. Now that'd be something.
Yeah, that'll be Final Destination 10 when they're now appropriating other IPs to put Final Destination in. They haven't done Final Destination in space yet, so like that's what
No, I heard that for the X-Men, we are getting just like a 1-hour one-offs to introduce each X-Men, kind of like what they did with Werewolf by Night. So we'll see. I kind of dig that idea as long as it's done well.
Mr. Sinister would be a fucking soup. You need the right writers. But that has the potential to be a super badass villain. I mean, I fucking love him as a villain in the X-Men franchise. That would be super awesome. But yeah, you need to get the right writers and stuff behind it, and you need to let them make a different movie for once. Like
he was at first in New Mutants. I think it was Antonio Banderas was supposed to be him, I believe. But then they completely overhauled everything to do with that and delayed it. So
yeah, fucking.
There you go, Marvel. I mean, Antonio Banderas is out there. Let's bring him back.
And that's not terrible. That you can definitely work with that. Yeah, like I wouldn't want whatever hacks that they had in charge of a lot of stuff. Like I would not want anything.
I think
like that, it would be a wasted villain if and they're gonna kill him at the end. Like I'm not down for that. Like don't just do that, please. Don't waste the good villains because like good villains really are necessary to make the story go along, and you've already killed so many. So like let's just not.
Well, speaking of actual Marvel endings, I watched the last She-Hulk episode, and
yes,
I was like, cool. Let's just completely just break formula. I'm cool with that. That's totally fine, and this is totally in the tone of the '80s She-Hulk comics. It's like I'm all for this.
I
Yes.
honestly, again, Max and I talked about this a little bit at lunch yesterday with Amit, but I am into the Ally McBeal She-Hulk vibe. I mean, I'm only into like 5 episodes.
But you
of
still
She-Hulk
haven't watched
so
the
far.
ending, have you?
No, because I haven't watched it yet. But
Oh,
it's that
you
problem,
lied
man.
to me. You lied to me. You said you were going right over to watching it.
Dude, I'm living that problem that I told you that I hate. I'm watching it with somebody else. It's the only show I'm watching with somebody else, and I'm fucking stuck. Like I don't know what to do with my life.
Just watch it. Just watch it and tell them you didn't watch it.
I used to do that
Just
with
watch
24.
it.
When Jay would call me and be like, "I can't come over tonight to watch 24 live with you. I'll be over in 2 days." I'm like, "Fuck you, Jay. I'm gonna watch it and
Hey,
pretend that I
awesome.
didn't."
Awesome. I love 24. I'll be happy to watch the show again with you in 2 days. Like that's fine. You know, like, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. There's just watch it. Like
The one thing I can't stand about when one Marvel series ends is that immediately rumor mills for the next 50 projects start up, because it's like, oh yeah, we had Daredevil in the show, so now we know exactly what's going to happen in Daredevil Born Again, and this sets up Spider-Man 4 for some reason. I'm just like, what are we doing? This conspiracy board with all the string and stuff.
yeah, like, you just
what
see
is this? Just enjoy one goddamn thing at a time.
Right.
Dude, back in the day when it was only like one person doing that, I would sometimes get into those theories. I don't do them anymore. I just wait till the movie comes out, and like Wakanda Forever, I saw a headline that made me want to click it. And I'm like, I'm not going to click it because I'm just going to go see the movie. Because reading theories online and all this other stuff, it creates expectations that I don't need to have going into this movie. I'm just going to go in. Ryan Coogler is going to give me something to watch. And then when I leave, I'm going to judge it based on what Ryan Coogler gave me and not what 5,000 people on the internet wanted to happen.
And also, it's like you judge it based on how you feel. You know, it's like, oh well, since someone said it was gonna be shitty, I went into it thinking like it's gonna be shitty, and you know, I kind of liked it, you know, or whatever. Like that's why I'm done with trailers pretty much, and yeah, all the internet speculation can just fuck right off because
this is also just, I feel, my response to oversaturation, and that's what's led to my burnout with Marvel stuff overall, up until like some of the newer, you know, breaking the formula type of stuff, is just that there's way too much that it's killed off patience. It's killed off the idea of patience in terms of our expectations. Everyone's automatically moved on to the next 4 series that have already been announced. That's the thing too. Everything has been announced for like 6 more years, and it's just like, why do this? Why not just pleasantly surprise us?
Yeah,
you've already got them hooked. You've already got the viewers hooked into your platform. It's like and this is going back to what you were saying earlier about like how quality kind of declines once, you know, something good gets started. Is like, yeah, this is how you keep people on. This is how drug dealers keep people coming back for fixes. They get you hooked on the good stuff right away, and then every subsequent fix is less in quality, but they still got you.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
yeah.
oh man, it was so good that one time. It could be that good again.
Yeah.
To bring it back full circle, I think that's why I enjoyed Halloween Ends to some degree, because I went into it kind of knowing that it was going to be different, and also that it was met at best for most people. And I think that really does help with an enjoyment of a movie, is going into it expecting this and then being pleasantly surprised that it wasn't as bad as everybody made it out to be. It can definitely help with that.
But still bad.
I wouldn't say it's bad. I just think it helped with my enjoyment.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, look, just to the way you said it, though, it's like it's not as bad as everyone thought, but it's like, but that still means that it was bad. That still means that you didn't like it.
I know that like the day and date released stuff was a big issue this weekend. Like, I forget who it was. Someone was really slamming Peacock for doing the day and date release thing with Halloween.
That didn't hurt the box office. I think it still did like $50 million.
Yeah. But also, I think that also just feeds into the whole, like, I don't know. Remember, like, there are shows that I consider to be appointment viewing. Like House of the Dragon, that's appointment viewing for me, just because it seems to maintain a consistency in terms of engagement and quality that I'm looking for, and I'll come back to it. on a little bit more frequently than other shows. But like, I don't have a lot of appointment viewing anymore. Like a lot of stuff, like Andor, I will catch up on it eventually, but I don't have to be there.
It's me and She-Hulk. Like I'm going to catch up. I just
for me, She-Hulk, it's just because those episodes clip by really fast for me. So I'm just
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It was really fast.
Is it weird that like I super appreciate a half an hour long show now? I'm just like, oh, awesome! Like it's not an hour. Like that's so good.
It's nice because you can watch a half-hour show when you're waiting to go somewhere. Like, I got 20 minutes to kill. I'm going to pop on She-Hulk. Like,
yeah, like that's glorious. But with Andor too, like I dug that. Like I was not pressed to watch it. Like it's really like something you can actually like. I'm playing Magic while I'm watching Andor, and like it's not fully like it didn't grab me like so like my whole attention was like paid to it, but like I definitely wanted to see what happened, so it's like but like it's definitely a show that's like you can put off. You don't have to watch it right now. So like
I gotta say, this also factors in a little bit to the movies that come out as well, because like I sent you guys links for the Mahershala Ali, the Blade thing, and like I know other people are like automatically they're building up their expectations for what this movie's gonna be based off of its production turmoil thing, and while I'm still curious, I'm just like I have no interest to see this as much as I did before, just because I'm like I know too much about what's behind the scenes of it now.
see, what makes me happy about like Blade for me, hearing that it's being postponed means that they're putting more time into it. That's how I see it. Like they're putting more time in it to get certain things right. Like, the director left. They're resetting the vision. They're not pushing to have Blade out when they originally needed to have it out. They are stopping, waiting, and then proceeding. Not like we got to get the new director in here now because we got to hit Blade next year.
And you got to use all this footage, but kind of make it your own deal. Like that would just ruin the whole.
Yeah, no, it actually helps my expectations for Blade, knowing that they have paused production and that they've taken it off the schedule. I'm glad. I mean, it sucks for Mahershala Ali because I know he really wants to make this movie, but it's also great for him because that means that
I think he wants something a little different too. So I'm sure he's like, take your time. I think he's being brought in to be like a creative consultant or.
Morning, George.
Good. Get it right.
Get a good Blade going. Yeah.
That guy deserves it, and he can produce. Like if you give him the material, you give him something to work with, Mahershala Ali will fucking work with it. Like that guy is a good actor. So don't do the fluff bullshit. Like give him a role to play and he will play the shit of it. Like Luke Cage was so much better with him as the villain that when he got killed off, like the show like literally got like X worse. Like it was not unwatchable, but you're just like, well, like the other guy was better. Like why are we doing this?
I remember who took over from villain. Was it what's her name?
It was the lady. I forget the name of her.
And then I think there was there another? It was like a dude in a super suit or something, right?
Yeah, I believe
so.
It's been a while.
I can't even remember.
Yeah, like,
Mahershala Ali
who even gives a fuck?
Marvel used him twice in two different roles. That's how good of an actor he is. Like, give it time. Let the movie do its thing and then come out, and then we can judge it based on there. But I'm with you guys and the fan press to put theories out there and expectations and what's going to happen. It's like, I don't give a fuck about what you're saying. Like, one of the best things I think about Ryan Reynolds, one of the things that I think Ryan Reynolds does really well is promoting himself and his movies, especially Deadpool. Like, forget everything else Ryan Reynolds has done. When it comes to Deadpool, I think he is exceptional at knowing how to promote that movie. Did you guys watch the short 2 clips that he released? The first one teasing Hugh Jackman, and then the second one with Hugh Jackman, where he's like, yeah, Hugh and I, let's tell them about the movie, Hugh. And then it goes mute, and it's just them, like, pretending to fight, and then, like, Hugh Jackman trying to kill him as they're talking and telling the whole plot of the movie. I'm glad. I don't want Hugh Jackman to be the Wolverine in the MCU, but I do like that him and Ryan are making this movie because I feel like the first 2 Deadpools almost teased team up between the 2 of them throughout. Like, there's little hints that maybe something could happen, and I'm excited for Deadpool 3.
I want Ryan Reynolds to do something other than play Ryan Reynolds for a while. Like, I miss when he was actually trying to do stuff other than his own brand.
But that's not paying him money though.
It works. It works for Deadpool because Deadpool's supposed to be that self-aware type of thing, and that's fine. I kind of miss when he was trying to do like dramatic stuff at points.
The
and
nines.
Say what you will, the nines I thought was a trip. So
I did too. I like the nines. I like Ryan Reynolds as Ryan Reynolds. I like the Adam Project. I like Free Guy. I like everything he's ever done. Like even Amityville Horror, I like them in. I think the Amityville Horror remake is.
I didn't like the remake so much, but I think like he was going for something at least in that. Like,
Ryan Reynolds is a fantastic actor. I mean, I haven't seen Buried yet because that is one of my fears, like in life, that I don't want to watch a guy in a coffin, like just dying. But I agree. I think Ryan Reynolds is a great actor. I wish he could find more of the mixture between the two.
This is my issue with The Rock too. Is just like I hate when blockbuster stars become comfortable just being their own brand. Like The Rock he's essentially the same person in all these. He's gonna be that person in Black Adam. Like,
oh yeah, like
that's why I have zero interest in Black Adam. It's like, so The Rock is playing himself again. Like you can make it sound like dark and grisly all you want. I'm not seeing anything different from Dwayne Johnson in this.
No,
I haven't seen anything else.
Yeah, he's just playing the Scorpion King. Like it's the same shit.
You know what I did like The Rock in? It was like a down-to-earth drama about like a dad who has to run like guns or something. It was produced by WWE Films or whatever, way back before he became like a superstar thing. It was this thing was called Contraband or something like that. And it was like no fights, no like over-the-top action stuff. It was like a serious dark drama. And I'm like, he's actually pretty good in this. He was really funny in Pain and Gain, as horrible as that movie is. Like, he was actually like the highlight for me because he was at least going big and dumb and goofy and sociopathic. And then after that, it's just like, I can coast on the fast money. It's all good.
I like The Rock, but one of my favorite Rock movies is like one of his first movies, which is Walking Tall with Johnny Knoxville. Freaking love that movie so much. I just got The Rundown. I'd never seen The Rundown.
The Rundown is one of my favorite Rock.
I like The Rundown a lot. Yeah.
The Rundown's a precursor for every Rock is in the Jungle movie that is to come.
Yes. Yep. He's like, hey, I like this. It works. Let's bottle it and fucking put it out there.
He should just make movies like Ernest did, like The Rock Goes to the Jungle.
That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing currently.
That's
Rock in a car.
Has he done he did Doom. Has he done a horror movie though?
No.
I'd like to see
like a
that.
straight up horror movie.
Yeah, straight up horror movie. Yeah.
I'd like to see him play a slasher villain, not actually speak or anything. Put him behind
The
a
thing
mask.
is, I don't know, just because he's so physically imposing to begin with, you're like, there's no way Krampus is taking down the Rock. Like he's just physically like it's an impossible.
It's him and Mike Myers fighting in the sewers.
Yeah, like you said, no one can 1v1 Mike Myers except for The Rock.
Yeah,
like the Rock could 1v1 Mike Myers.
If he was in Halloween Ends, I'd be like, oh well, this is over in 5 minutes. Like,
oh my god, poor Mike Myers. Like, what did he ever do to deserve this?
They can try to dork him up as much and like give him glasses, put him in like suspenders, be like, he's the high school English professor. It's like, no, it's still The Rock.
You're gonna have to do one last
mountain of a person.
Even pull a skyscraper, like take off one of his legs. Like it's still not fair.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen,
he fell off the house and the crew didn't put up Christmas lights. His body's broken into cast. Like this is The Rock in a horror movie.
You put The Rock in traction and maybe somebody stands a chance.
Full body cast, but he has one finger that's wiggling loose. Like it's still
like no, fear the pinky, bro. Fear the pinky. If he's got a pinky and an eyebrow, you're done. You're done.
Your bottom's about to get rocked.
Oh God!
I can't top that. Can't top what Justin just said. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Be back next week where we review Black Adam because at least I'm going to go see it. Mainly based on
next week already.
Yeah, pretend everything I said about rumors because I've heard that Henry Cavill is in it, and that makes me kind of want to see it. But I'm going to go see it because I go see superhero movies with Tony, no matter what it is.
I do believe Jason is dragging me to this one, and I it's going to be bad. Like
you're going to love it.
DC movies like anymore like rarely give me anything to get excited about, and B, like it's a Black Adam without Shazam, and it's a Black Adam kind of like in his own universe. Like they might throw Henry Cavill in there, but it's still like it's not it's not the story or
Not
the
my
like
Black Adam.
it's like Venom without Spider-Man is not really Venom, like that doesn't work for me. So yeah, like I'm not super excited to see it, but I'm going, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully,
No matter how bad a Rock movie is, I usually find some enjoyment in it.
Oh, you're entertained because The Rock is punching through walls and shit. I mean, like,
Are you not?
yeah.
I could believe The Rock could fly. Like I could see him as a superhero.
I mean, like that's not fair though.
He's flown in like 5.
He's already a superhero.
Yeah.
No, I
terms
meant
of
in real
humanity.
life. Like if you told me The Rock flew in real life, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean,
But,
like if you watch Hobbs and Shaw, like if The Rock finds 7 Samoans to get together with, the power of Samoan friendship is
Apparently.
stronger than anything. Like, yeah.
You can hold up a whole row of cars.
Defy physics, okay?
Defying physics. That's part of his wake up app thing. Is like, okay, today everybody, you're going to float 6 inches off the ground.
Him and Kevin Hart.
We're gonna go for a foot by the end of the week, right?
Now Kevin Hart, I could see in a horror movie.
Yeah, if Kevin Hart, like, what if Mike Myers was Kevin Hart?
It's more like the Leprechaun, right?
There you go. Cast The Rock as Leatherface and cast Kevin Hart as Leprechaun and put them in a buddy cop road trip movie.
A buddy slasher film?
That's what we need is The Rock as a horror movie monster of some kind. And I don't mean like, oh, he's going to have a redemption at the end where he turns out he's a nice monster. It's like, no, make him a stone cold, straight up like slasher villain. And that would be terrifying because, imagine The Rock as Leatherface chasing you down.
Yeah, like it wouldn't even be a chase. It wouldn't even be a chase. Like I would have been frozen in fear and shit in my pants like this.
The problem with that, though, is that he'd have to be like, but the kids still gotta like me. So
next Halloween, The Rock is coming to Texas.
I just need him and Ryan Reynolds to become like pure assholes in their next movie roles that aren't them. Like make The Rock a horror movie villain, like straight up horror. Make Ryan Reynolds like a loathsome gangster of some kind who's just has no morals.
Throw Mark Wahlberg in there as like the librarian who gets killed in the first. No.
Make Mark Wahlberg someone that I can actually like in a movie. So.
Yeah, like make him like a likable, like lovable person who dies in like the first 5 to 10 minutes.
Make him Paul Rudd.
Now there goes our Wahlberg
nobody can do
sponsorship.
that. Oh yeah, all right. So we were breaking out, but
yeah, everybody. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. The comments have been fantastic, and I participated in the Scene Snobs Ghost Hunt the other day, and we picked up a lot of subscribers after that. So I want to thank all of you guys that came over from that live viewing and subscribed and hit us up on Facebook and so forth. It's greatly appreciated. Next week, we are going to do a very Halloween-centric episode. About what? I don't know yet. I got to find a good horror topic that Max can also participate in. And we will see you guys next week. I want everybody to have a great day. Stay safe and love each other.
Recycle your droids.
See you.
Hey, somebody actually did it this week. Like, without